This year, I let go of people, but I gained even more. I had to let go of these people because I'd outgrown them. It gave me a deeper appreciation for the people who stuck with me and allowed me to open my heart for even more love to come in. I got an amazing job at a place I absolutely love. My plans that I originally had didn't work out, and for good measure. I was able to spend the year leaving Southern Miss better than I found it, and I'm so grateful for my bosses and coworkers who have made this year so rewarding. I laughed at myself. In the midst of working on school stuff, I think I forgot what it felt like to belly laugh and to laugh at our situations with the people around us and even at ourselves. Before my gap year, I couldn't recall a time when I'd laughed so hard that I cried, and I was able to let that happen multiple times this year. I traveled over 10,000 miles. If you don't believe me, look at my odometer. A lot of this year was spent in a car, and that extra time allowed me to think about my life, the situations in it, and where I wanted to go next. Being in the car was therapeutic because I just had myself and the radio, and I was going somewhere. This year, I listened to my own intuition. I started to rely on my own opinions, and honestly, it was rewarding and empowering. Doing so allowed others to have less control on my life and gave me the confidence to listen to myself. This year, I realized how much I love higher ed. Maybe it was working on a college campus, or maybe it was the constant interaction with familiar faces, but I absolutely loved working in higher ed this year. Doing the job at the Writing Center allowed me to understand why I wanted to work in higher ed and how my one voice can help to change the world. This year, I threw I love you around like confetti. I never missed the chance to say I love you to the people that I loved the most this year. Especially in the wake of a global pandemic, maybe those 3 simple words can help us find a cure for our sadness and our feelings of loss right now. This year, I got into graduate school. Not only did I get into graduate school, I did not get a single rejection from the 9 schools that I applied to. So many said that I would never do it, and proving them wrong is what victory tastes like. But honestly, proving it to myself is even more empowering. The fact that I am going to my dream school, pursuing a career that I love, is the greatest feeling in the whole world. I retaught myself how to write this year. In my spare time, I used 6th grade level writing workbooks and retaught myself how to write. Even though I had been through some pretty traumatic stuff, I never once let it stop me from getting my skills to where they needed to be for me to succeed in graduate school and beyond. This year, I learned how to be professional. I made some pretty awful mistakes in the professional arena this year, but I also gave myself some credit. I mean, I'm a 23-year-old woman, and I'm allowed to make mistakes, especially when I compare myself to people who have higher education levels than I do, or even people who are still in undergrad. The best part of this, though, is that I learned how to bounce back from those mistakes and not beat myself up for them.